Today, my friends, we are taking on Burnley, and we're doing it alongside this man, Vincent Kompany, their coach, the Manchester City legend. He's obviously the coach of Burnley and has taken this club into the Premier League. And that's not the only thing he has done. As we all remember, Burnley used to be a side that was really tough to play against, kind of like Stoke City, where you would basically go over to their home ground and they would just outmuscle you. It was not necessarily a pleasant game to play. They would sit back and allow that pressure to come in to hit you on the counter with long balls into the attack. But that is no more. Vincent Kompany has revolutionized the style of play at this club, and I can tell you about it because I have been following him and his coaching since he was at RSC Anderlecht in Belgium, and then after he made the move to Burnley, I actually watched at least 10 to 15 games of him at the club while he was going ahead and trying to get into the Premier League. So hopefully I can use my insight today for the rebuild that we're going through. Burnley, let's go ahead and rebuild you. And of course, we're going to do this with keeping in mind and researching which players are rumored to come in and which players are rumored to leave the club. So let me tell you how Burnley set up in the previous season. Most of the time, it was a 4-2-3-1 formation, basically, kind of old school, but you had some incredible players in there who were performing at the top level week after week. Starting off with the goalkeeper, Muric, who had come in from the Turkish top division. Now he's actually going ahead and requesting a transfer away from the club, it seems, because Burnley is wanting to bring in a new goalkeeper, and Muric has gone ahead and deleted every single Instagram post that included Burnley. So that is a very big sign that he's probably going to be leaving the squad, which is a shame because he was a young goalkeeper doing a great job. But at the back, Taylor Harvard-Bellis, despite his long-term injury throughout the season at one point, he is an incredible player. A Manchester City player originally who has done so well alongside Jordan Bayer. These two guys were so good in terms of building out the back, something that Burnley back in the day wasn't really known for. We all know it was just chuck it up long and see what happens kind of tactics and just sit back deep. But this team has actually played quite offensively, and you can tell that by looking at Maatsen, the Chelsea loanee that was in the club at the time throughout the season, who sadly has gone back to Chelsea. We'll have to let go of a couple of players. He was a beast. Like, honestly, incredible performances in that left back spot, always getting involved into the attacks of the team, making him one of the most dangerous players in this setup for Burnley, and once again showcasing that even though they might have played 4-2-3-1, a lot of times you would have the entire back line push up the field, have Harvard-Bellis and Bayer just be in that central position, spread out, being able to play with Muric as well, who was quite okay with his feet, and Maatsen would just be higher up the pitch, allowing Zaroury to even push further up and push inside. Zaroury, by the way, a great talent, like a really good talent that you guys should be looking out for. Has done a great job for Burnley last season. In that midfield, Brownhill for me was the best one. He was extremely consistent, and he will probably get some playtime in the Premier League as well, I assume. He's 26 years old at this point. I highly expect him to be higher rated in the next game. On the right-hand side, Manuel Benson had some great moments for this Burnley squad as well. Has stepped up many times to score goals and get assists. And then you have an extremely talented player in Twine, who especially towards the later games of the season has gotten a lot more playtime. Burnley fans were asking for him to get that playtime, and then he has popped up in the last 5 games, basically. A 22-year-old who has a lot of a bright future ahead of him, and obviously in a striking position. That's one thing you need to figure out with this Burnley squad. If you want to play that new attacking play style, you kind of can't really have Barnes in there. I mean, it worked in the Championship, but in the Premier League, I kind of doubt it. So we'll be looking into all of this and see the transfers that are going out, the transfers that are coming in. Obviously, we have players whose loans have expired. I'll be looking into if Burnley actually try to hold on to them or not. But for now, let's get things started with the contract situations.
Let's do it.
Well, straight away, Wout Weghorst is back from his loan at Manchester United. I totally forgot he was actually a Burnley player, so he is back in the upcoming season. I wonder if he's going to stick around at Burnley. I'm going to read into that in just a second, but I have seen that apparently Barnes, the striker that we were looking at a second ago, has actually gone ahead and joined Norwich on a free transfer. I believe Timo Pukki has left Norwich, so they need Barnes now to step it up for them in the second division. Sure, go ahead and enjoy yourself over there, my man. And then looking through other players right there as well, we have some others that I might have to get rid of as well, especially Lotin. Yes, he is out of the club as well. He's basically with no club as we speak. And then obviously one thing I need to point out is that Jordan Bayer was a loan from Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he has been permanently signed by the club for 15 million, so he is going to stick around for sure. Okay, I've just done my research, and here are the sad news. So Taylor Harvard-Bellis, he is not going to be sticking around at the club, guys. As sad as it is, he's a Manchester City player right now, and there's no chance of him coming back, it seems. Ian Maatsen is someone that Chelsea fans actually want to see starting instead of Cucurella, it seems. And honestly, I don't blame them. He has been incredible and is doing a great job for the under-21s as well. So he is a beast. Maatsen, he goes across right there. Then Nathan Tella, he has returned to Southampton. I've seen a post of Southampton just 2 hours ago picturing him, so he is gone as well. As we go down the list, McNally is someone that Burnley is apparently looking to possibly loan out once more, or even sell possibly, but loan is more likely, so he can stay out on loan for this first season. Obafemi has actually been signed on a permanent deal, but sadly has picked up an injury. I've read that in today as well. And then going down here, Dervishoglu, this man, he was loaned out from Brentford, but now he actually is joining Besiktas. I've read up on it. Apparently, he has agreed to join Besiktas. So that is it with the players in terms of loaned players. And now I need to look at the actual length of the contracts. Transfer news. Burnley FC have signed West Brom Albion defender Dara O'Shea for 7 million. This is a player that is actually extremely talented. Had a little bit of an injury throughout the season, but now he is joining Burnley to play in the Premier League instead of the Championship. Now, obviously, young players like this are very important to bring in, especially KOMPANY has been capable of building up players. If you guys know, at Anderlecht, KOMPANY had the likes of Zeno de Bast, who is being looked at as one of the brightest talents in terms of centre-backs out of Belgium. He obviously really helped him in his development because obviously KOMPANY was the best Belgian defender ever. So now we have O'Shea coming in. He could be, one of those types of players that could evolve to play alongside Jordan Bayer for sure. Has done a great job at West Brom from what I have seen just now. And Taylor, obviously, not necessarily ideal for the Premier League at this stage. Now, I don't want to say that O'Shea is going to start for us. I probably need to bring in a higher rated centre-back, but obviously with Muric leaving as well, and also Maatsen having left, we just need to fill up the positions that have emptied now.
Fill them up one after the other.
Look, here's the deal. Burnley have actually signed, or are about to sign, a goalkeeper. His name is James Trafford from Manchester City. He is currently loaned out at Bolton, I believe. But here's the issue. He's way too low rated to be able to play for a Premier League side in the starting 11 in terms of FIFA. So I will have to look for a different goalkeeper and hopefully bring him in later on into the squad. I can't sign him anyways because in the first season of FIFA right now, he is loaned out. So I am aware of that transfer happening, but for now, he can't be a part of this team yet. So I was just thinking, since Trafford is actually very high potential, he's currently playing for the under-21s with England, like right now as I'm recording, and he has been doing a great job there. So I thought, let's bring in an old goalkeeper that can carry us forward as long as Trafford is building up his stats and we can get him next season. So right here, Hugo Lloris, yes, he is the one walking into the club right now. He is being wanted by Tottenham fans to leave the club, obviously. He is looking to leave. Tottenham are looking into multiple goalkeepers. I feel like they are linked to every single one out there. So why not give him another season of Premier League football as an older gentleman coming into this club, taking over at a newly promoted Premier League side? It would make a lot of sense, right? for us at this moment in time, at this stage, because we can't get Trafford in. Lloris, I only had to spend like 4 million on him because he's old. This is the perfect deal. Obviously, not necessarily realistic. Trafford is the one we need to get, but you get what I mean.
No, I don't.
Since Kompany was at Anderlecht, he is always looking back there and maybe trying to find players that he could bring into Burnley and mold them into a Premier League player. And this is one of them. Burnley have submitted an official bid for Belgian fullback Noah Sadiki. This guy is a very, very young player. I believe he's like 17, 18. Anderlecht hasn't even played him in that many games, but obviously Kompany has seen this guy in the training sessions and he knows the potential of him. So for that reason, we are bringing him into the squad. Burnley, if you do get this kid, he could be a bright spark in your squad in the future. Now, as we speak, sadly, only 63 rated. Won't make that much of a difference into this team at all for now. But maybe one day, as we can keep loaning him out to see if he grows into a great player. Well, Burnley is still looking into young centre-backs who might or might not be good enough for Premier League football. We are looking at Fabrizio Romano, who says, understand Burnley are now closing in on Soumaïla Koulibaly deal. It's going to be a loan from Borussia Dortmund with mandatory buy clause for around 15 million, it seems. So again, Burnley are signing yet another centre-back, still apparently trying to somehow get Taylor Harvard-Bellis, but it seems like Brighton are very close to signing Harvard-Bellis as things stand, especially if someone like Levi Colwill was to leave to go to Chelsea or even Liverpool, who he has been linked to, who apparently he supports as well. There's no chance that Harvard-Bellis stays or at Burnley, I assume, sadly. So we're going to go ahead and add Koulibaly into the squad again. He is also one of the lower rated players, 65 rated. So you can tell a lot of the players that Burnley are getting right now are not necessarily on Premier League level, or at least the ones they are linked to. So I really wonder how this team is going to survive in the Premier League. Now, with the return of Weghorst, you have a really good striker there who has shown at Manchester United that he can do a lot to help the team. Hasn't scored enough goals, though, but he does a lot in terms of pressing and moves around a lot for a big man and allows the team to have good build-up play, which he has also done at Besiktas. So good stuff so far, but I think at this point we need to make a executive decision on bringing in a left back here. If there's no one that is linked to Burnley, I need to find someone that fits. Look, I read into it even more, and it seems like Burnley have bid 15 million plus around 5 million in add-ons for Ian Maatsen to return to the club. But Chelsea value the left back at 25 million. The Clarets are the only side with any concrete interest in a 21-year-old as things stand. For me, that's enough, right, Burnley fans? Let's get the man back into the club. Honestly, I think he's amazing. I think he's incredible. Allowing Burnley to switch to a 3 at the back as he is moving forward, kind of like Trent does it for Liverpool, where they switch to a 3 at the back. He moves into midfield a bit more central. But Maatsen does, he basically becomes a left winger. So it's really an incredible talent who sadly at Chelsea just might not get that playtime. So why not get him into Burnley again? Kompany probably absolutely loves him, and it's incredibly hard to replace someone like him. It will cost you a lot of millions. So if Burnley can sign this guy on a permanent deal, I assure you, they'll be able to sell him on for at least 3 to 4 times. If they get him for like 15 million plus 5 million add-ons, it's crazy. He will be going for like 60, 70 later on. So I am going ahead and bringing him back into the squad. It's the only one that really makes sense. Taylor Harvard-Bellis might be unachievable, but Maatsen, let's just keep him in the club, man. Let's just do that for ourselves. And you know what? I think this is how I'm going to go into the first season. I don't have many more signings I want to make. There are no other rumors I can find right now that would genuinely improve this team unless I find any. We are going in looking like this. Actually, I have found one more rumor. It is the man named Jack Clark from Sunderland, who Burnley have bid 9 million for. So this is a winger who is walking into the club right now. Let's take a look into his stats straight away. Jack Clark from Sunderland for 8.5 million. I got him on the game. Let's see where he would fit in. Obviously, would be going straight onto the bench. Clark comes in. Obafemi, who's injured, drops out straight away. At least he's injured in real life. And actually, we do have Ekdal, and I completely forgot about him. I'm sorry for that, because But a priority of the time that I was watching Burnley was the centre-back partnership between Bayer and Taylor Harvard-Bellis. But Ekdal has actually done a decent job as well as he came in halfway through the season. I believe he came in January. And this is a young centre-back as well, so we don't have to play O'Shea. We can just go ahead and focus on playing these two alongside each other and just hope that everyone will be growing, because if they don't, it's going to be tough over here in the Prem. The first season is over and I cannot believe what I'm seeing. This must be some sort of magic trick. We are looking at Burnley in the top 10. 60 points, 65 goals conceded, 62 scored. Amazing to see. Honestly, never thought in a million years that we would be up here. We are 31 points behind Manchester City, who have won the league, so there's a long road to that sort of title for us. But let's take a look at the team that has done this. Guys, Weghorst up to a 79. Thank you very much, Mr. 6'6". Scott Twine has gone up to a 76. Is now a centre attacking mid, and he looks great in that position. Zarauri on an 80. Let's go. Martin up to a 77. Bayer has done well. Ekdal has done well. Brownhill and Cullen holding their own in the Prem as we speak. Manuel Benson, 26 years old, has only grown by like +1, and the same goes for Roberts. So probably next season we need to focus on that right-hand side and possibly into the center of the pitch as well. Oh, Clark has overtaken him. Well, we already have the replacement right here. He's right-footed anyway, so let's put Clark onto that right midfield position. Muric I've not been able to get rid of for some weird reason. I'm still trying to sell him. O'Shea is up to a 74, which is good to see. And guys, we actually have a bunch of players out on loan. Yes, the youngsters that have come in who are too low rated. Remember those? Let's take a look at some of them. So we have gone ahead and loaned out Sadiki back across to Netherlands. He's playing for Utrecht, has gone up by +3. Then we have the likes of Koulibaly, who has gone up by +2, playing in the championship for Norwich. And then going down even further, do we have anyone else? McNally is still out on loan at Coventry City, as we can see there. And Muric, you need to go, my friend. We need to get rid of you. I am sorry. But who has been the main guy this season? Who has been the one? Zarauri. 17 and 10, +6 growth. I didn't realize that earlier on. But Weghorst has done Weghorst type things. 16 and 5. And you know what? I would argue this new style of Burnley fits him more than the old style where they were just hoofing it up to him. I'll just be honest and say that. I like Weghorst a lot. I watched him a lot at Besiktas. And Twine, 10 and 12. Great job by the extremely talented player of Burnley right there. Burnley fans will be happy to see him do well. And that is our first season done. Second season in the Prem. Top 10. It's going to be tough to get there again next time around, I believe. Going into the new season, finally, it's done. Chase Trafford is here. He was apparently at the free agents, but this kid is now walking into the club. Lloris is down to an 80 rating. Trafford coming in at a 77. I will tell you, for transparency, the kid is currently playing in the under-21 Euros. He's going to be signed for like 19 million. And there's a lot of hype around him. There's no way he stays at a 68 rating in the upcoming FIFA. So I had upgraded him to like a 71, or what was it, 72. And he played throughout the full season and grew to a 77 on loan wherever he was. And now he is a part of this Burnley side, coming in with a decent enough rating to not go ahead and let us miss the likes of Lloris for too long. But generally speaking, I like this setup right now. Let's fix up the right back position. And you know what? One of you lads will have to go. I like Brownhill more. I'm going to get rid of Cullen, or at least put him onto the bench. Look, I watch a lot of Turkish league football, and there is one player at Galatasaray who would fit in perfectly into what Kompany does, and his name is Sasha Bowie. This is a player that has been linked briefly to the likes of Brighton, and those links have kind of cooled down. He's now in pre-season at Galatasaray, and now he is part of Burnley as the new right back. Honestly, would be an amazing step in his career to go ahead and join into the Premier League, obviously. Roberts, I appreciate you, but welcome Sasha Bowie, coming in with an 80 rating. Wow, 22 years old from France. This kid is pure talent. Someone surely will pick him up this summer. If no one does, I'll be extremely surprised. For us, it was Burnley to do so. Look, there's no one that is linked to Burnley that would make sense right here, but I think with a lot of teams looking at French players right now, like the likes of Kefren, Thuram, and all these lads, it only makes sense for us to look towards France as well and find the one player that would work really well in a system for company. I am talking about Youssouf Fofana, sorry. The AS Monaco central midfielder slash center defensive midfielder is an incredible talent, and now he is joining us to take over Cullen's position. I'm very sorry, pal, but he can still be part of the team. No reason to cry. So let's take out Cork there and put him in there. And Fofana is a great player, very physical, very good on the ball as well, great at defending, and a lot of potential in this guy to take his game to the next level. And I think these transfers, these two, are done for us. We're good enough, and next season I think I'm going to focus on bringing in a new striker and a new centre-back possibly, depending on how much these players are growing. Burnley, here we go into our second year. I knew it. This season was not going to be better. I felt it. I knew that last season was an outlier, guys. We are getting ourselves 54 points, same as the 9th positioned Newcastle United. We just have the worst goal difference because obviously we don't have Lloris this season. Trafford hopefully has gone up in his rating to make us look good in the next season. And City is winning it with only 79 points. That is quite interesting to see. So the gap to the top is actually shorter than last time around. Anyways, this was probably the last season of Weghorst I was about to say, but yeah, I think it is. He's gone up to an 82 though. Let's go, my man. Scott Twine up to a 79. Clark up to an 80 on that right-hand side, taking over from Benson. Zaharoui looking class. Fofana looks amazing there. Brownhill next season, he will have to drop down to the bench as well. He's just not growing. Ekdal up to a 78. That's also not going to be good enough. So we have 2 or possibly 3 positions we clearly want to improve in the upcoming season to hopefully push somewhere into the European spots if we can. Weghorst, though, great job. 20 goals, 2 assists. Zaharoui 10 and 13. Clark 9 and 6. And Twine only played 33 games, so he must have been injured, but got himself 7 goals right there. Maatsen and Fofana with good seasons as well, but clearly we need to strengthen up this team to push into the top 7. So let's get it done now with the next transfers. So it's time for a new centre midfielder slash CDM. It is a man walking into the club from Udinese, Morten Hjulmand. Actually, in real life, I don't think he plays at Udinese, but he is not necessarily one that is known by many people, hence why I wanted to bring him into this squad. Brownhill, I love you, pal. I really do. You're a great player, but it is time to bring on Hjulmand into this team, and he takes over at the 80 rating. He is 25 years old, 6'1" tall, to play alongside Fofana. Very happy with this signing, and I'm still left with like over 30 million to go ahead and bring in a new centre back. This one is a bit of a painful one, but let's just rip off the band-aid. This next transfer has done extremely well in France, and now he is joining us over here. He's not a Frenchman though. This is an Austrian man, Kevin Danzo. He's walking into the club, and I really like him. I think he has been class in France, and right now it makes a lot of sense for us to get a player like him into the club. Ekdal, I really like you, pal, but we need someone to take over and do as well as Bayer. He comes in with an 82 rating. Great pace, great defending, amazing physicality. 6'3" tall, only 25 years old. And with that, our defense is set up, midfield is set up, and we're good to go. Weghorst survives for one more season. And here we go. Top 7. Burnley is getting Conference League football. Let's go. So we are 23 points off the top. Arsenal, the team to win it this time around. And obviously, we need to bring in a class striker. Someone that can take us to the next level. Weghorst, I appreciate you, but next season's budget, we have a clear target to go after because defensively, we are looking great. Trafford up to an 84 at this stage. Hjulmand has gone up a little bit. I think he came in as an 80, right? Zaharoui looking incredible alongside Fofana. Twine looks great. Clark has done well, but that striker position is where we need to improve, and Our goal difference, yeah, 63 goals scored. Chelsea has 78. There's a big step up to get into the top 5. We need to make that happen with the next season's transfer. But I am happy to see us getting into European football. 24-3. I appreciate you, Vekhorst, but it is time to let you go now. Clark, done well. Twine, 11-8. Zarauri, 8-9. But this team needs someone to lead them up top that has the potential to go to that next level for us. And here is our Vekhorst replacement. It is a Montpellier striker, Elie Wahi. This guy has gotten, in the past calendar year, 19 goals and 5 assists. He is now walking into this club at the same rating as Vekhorst, which is an 83. We had to put 20 million on top of it, which is actually quite decent, leaving me with a lot of money. And Wahi comes in with great pace, shooting, dribbling, 4-star, 4-star. The new age of Burnley football now completely implemented without a tall striker. He is 6 foot. I guess that's okay. Can you consider that really tall? It's just normal, right? It's nothing insane like Vekhorst, for example. But I'm very happy about him walking into the club. He has a lot of room for growth. And I'm just thinking, do I make more signings? I don't think I do. I'm very happy with the fact that we have a couple of Burnley originals in this team with Twine, Zarauri, Matson, Bayer as well, and Clark, who was rumored into the club, Trafford, who has pretty much signed with Burnley as well. I like this team the way it is now. 5th! Yes! This season has gone better, guys, and that is not it. I think we can take a look at other things as well. Obviously, in the FA Cup, we didn't do much. Carabao Cup, we actually won. Yes, congratulations. No, we didn't. Hold on. Wait. I thought we did. Oh, wow, that was so anticlimactic. I am so sorry. We have oh no, we have won. Burnley won 4-3 on penalties. Why does it say it like that? I thought it was Manchester City because the 4 is on the Manchester City side, but obviously it says hugely winner. Congratulations. Now, guys, we are in the Conference League final against Spurs. So let's go and win this before we take a closer look at our team. Come on. Yes! 2 titles this season. Burnley on the rise. Beautifully done. Congratulations to our squad. And now I want to see who is looking good, who is not looking good. Wahi only a +2. Bit disappointing. It's fine though. At least he has grown. Twine looking great. Midfield, Hjulmand is chasing Fofana. Good luck with that. Defensively, we look great. Trafford up to an 87. Probably should fill up the bench with a couple more higher rated players. But I cannot complain. This team has won a European title. And we have multiple players doing a great job. Obafemi, 23 games off the bench, 11 goals. Nicely done, buddy. But the top player this season, once again, is Zarauri. I need Champions League football. Let's get Champions League football. Oh, you want a Europa League final against Celtic? Yes, sure, because that's where we are. Come on now, Burnley. Let's win a trophy. 2-1. Let's go. So, we have won the Conference League. We have won the Europa League. The progression is looking great. And now, I want to see something special in the league table, because I have seen that this team was doing really well. We should be in the top 4 and we should be competing for Champions League football. Yes, we are. Only 4 points of Manchester City. 2nd position for Burnley. An amazing achievement. And that has come with an incredible squad. The lowest rated player in this team is Hjulmand at an 87. That is great. The guy can't shoot at all, can he? Wow, he looks terrible at shooting, but the squad looks amazing. And a lot of players will be leaving us. Their contracts are running out. They don't want to extend, so I will have to bring in a couple of players next season at least. But man, am I happy that we have done so well this season. It is down to Elie Wahi, 44-5. What a guy. Incredible numbers. And the rest has done really well too, but Wahi is the man. Champions League footy, finally. You want to see something fun? Let me show you something fun. Well, guys, Champions League against Bayern Munich, 3-0, 1-1. Then we play against PSG, 0-0 and 4-3 on penalties. And somehow, in the semi-finals of the Champions League, we played against Freiburg. never ever played against them in the Champions League, I believe. So this is a first. And we beat them to play Arsenal in the final. Amazing work from the squad. Exceptional stuff. Let me just see. Carabao Cup, maybe? Yes, we did. Let's go, dude. Carabao Cup belongs to us. Oh, dropped to 5th in the Prem. Well, 2nd is the best we got there, but this team is able to win that European trophy. The one gets you to the one that gets you the most glory. Exceptional stuff with a terrible bench. Let's go. We love to see it. Johnny just doesn't buy players for the bench ever, but here we are. Vahi 40-4, Zarauri 22-17. Twine does well. Clark has done well. Fofana has been doing great in that CDM position, and Matson always seems to get 9 goal contributions somehow. But guys, this has been a great year for our team. Burnley finally in a final, so let's freaking get it on and see what we can achieve against this Arsenal side right there. I am excited, and their team is looking like this. Martinelli. Is that Jesus Ferreira? Saka? De Bruyne? Olise? Patino is back. Garcia, Reyes, Bremer, Molina, and Ramsdale. Good squad, but up the Burnley. Okay, Arsenal bringing out the legends. Thierry Henry right there, guys. It is time. Well, as we dive into this game, I want to know from you guys what you are thinking about the continuous assault of the Saudi money on the football transfer market. It seems like they have gotten themselves Stevie G. Yes, Stevie G. Steven Gerrard has signed with Al Ittifaq or whatever that team is called. It's one of the only teams so far from the PIF-owned clubs, I believe, who haven't bought any insane players yet. And wow, that was a nice move. And what I'm hearing is that they apparently might be interested in players like Fabinho, like Henderson. They might even be interested in bringing in Coutinho, which actually would make a lot of sense, I think, for Coutinho, especially for one last bag of cash. But generally speaking, what do we think is going to happen there? I hope that all 4 teams that they have over there are actually going to have good players, and then you don't know who's going to win the title. It would make it exciting. Like, I'd be watching it. Don't care. I just want to see good football players on the pitch. Go on then. Zarauri, obviously one of the better players in the league, and what? How am I not getting the ball there? I'm clearly making a good tackle. Danzo getting out. Okay. All right. One of them glitchy goals. I see you, Arsenal. You're just trying to make me angry, and you're getting it done. Bouncer gets the ball this time. Into Twine. Vahi cuts over. Finds Twine again. He actually has a really good long shot on him. Yes, he does. Are you kidding me? Scott Twine, what a finish that is. It was beautifully dipping as well. Expected goals 0.08. 114 kilometers per hour. Incredible stuff from our centre attacking mids. Might be able to get a touch in here with Fofana. Pulling my centre backs out of position. Not smart, but it's okay. Twine looking for Vahi. Great ball. Exceptional pass. Vahi repositions himself and scores. Scott Twine, one incredible goal and one beautiful left-footed assist, surrounding the defender with ease, and Vahi just will not miss the target from there, man. Ramsdale, I'm sorry, you did your best, but that pass broke down your defense beautifully. Oh, off the line. Arsenal really wanting this one badly, and they get it. And they get it. It's 2-2 with 15 minutes to go. Now, at this point, I wish I actually bought players for the bench, because some fresh legs would have been nice here. Let's try and get it done within 90 here, as Clark beats our opponent and moves the ball forward. Vahi cuts across, finds Clark again. Clark back into Vahi. Please. Ramsdale. I see you there, whoever you are. I see you. It's Hulman. Oh, no, he can't shoot. I remember. Just in the last second, I avoided that shot from actually happening. all the way to Zarauri. Zarauri, one of our highest rated players. Schulman. Is he not off? He's not offside. Yes. Let's go. I honestly thought he was offside for sure, but apparently he wasn't. That looked like the easiest pass he has ever played in his life, and it seemed like Vahi thought he was offside too, and he took like the slowest shot ever. 3-2 late into the game. That might be it. Scott Twine, let's go, buddy. You're the one to lift it. You had a huge impact on this game, and Burnley with Vincent Kompany, guys. There's a bright future ahead. A completely new style of play. A lot more attractive for fans to watch, and a lot of talent involved in it. Hopefully, they don't go down again. I would love to see Kompany be successful at Burnley and establish them back in the Premier League. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had tons of fun. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care and peace.